right. Hello, hello, hello. Mic test, mic test, mic test, mic test. There's my mic. Yes. Okay, good. All right. Got some very interesting stuff to showcase this time around. But first, we are going to do a little thing over here. There we go. I'm on development laptop here. I'm going to start a build of the game here real quick so that we can get all the nice new features that we want to test out today. So today, so really excited for hopefully an update within a week. That's our goal right now. We want to push out a great update, but in order to do that, we need to do a lot of quality of life changes. Well, not changes. We need to check stuff really. We need to make sure it's good for an update. 1 second, I'm going. Oh, actually, my Elgato's actually not visible. That's okay. Um, Let me just do some things real quick, and then we will get started. So, as usual, I'm going to go ahead. There we go. That's building nicely. So last time I was here, actually this past week really, I've been working on integrating a really neat audio plugin called Steam Audio, um, which in theory is going to add like a lot of really neat sound effects to the game, and sound is going to be really important, almost as important as mirrors are to the game. Being able to identify where players are positioned, stuff like that. Speaking of which, we're also going to be able to test out the new AI plugin that was recently integrated into the game. So the AI is going to be a lot more interesting to play with. Maybe not, the best. Ideally, we'll see how it goes, but a lot better than what was previously, pretty much. Anyways, right now though, before we hop into all that, I just want to go ahead and let's just run this right now. So this is our in the unstable branch. This is what I'm going to build, shortly to test out the game. I need to unhide the Elgato. Forget about that. Um, uh, my setup's kind of complicated. I just gotta plug in mouse and it should work. There we go. Okay, yeah, not that complicated actually. I just need to not get confused. Very confusing working back and forth between different computers. All right, there we go. We got only 41 shaders to build. Not too bad, not too bad. Let's see here. I got it. There we go. Hide that. There we go. Now you can see what I've been looking at all this time. All right. Here we go. Now the game's gonna hop on up. Laptop right here next to me is heating up. Getting a bit toasty. All right. There we go. Take a little bit to start up here. Give it a second or two. So the problem right now that I want to test out before I execute a build for the game, for some reason the Steam Audio plugin isn't like configured correctly or something, because it crashes. But I think I might know where the source of the crash is. I just need to look into it a little bit. So, anyways, oh, there's my cat is in here. You type something, but nothing comes out. Uh, Here comes my cat. Don't sit on the mouse pad. Don't sit on the mouse pad. Sit over there. Sit over there. There you go. I got a cat bed. Does it show the cat? There's a cat. Wow. Look at him. Yeah, I already fed you an hour ago. Anyways, there we go on my end. Here we go. Here's the editor. There we go. All right, so what I want to look at right now, let's go into our sounds folder. So this is where all the amazing sounds in the game are. I'm going to go meta sounds. I've got this default count sound. Can you hear stuff? Let me check, because I do not hear that. It's just kind of weird. Kind of weird not hearing stuff. It's a mouse. Turn off. There we go. Okay, let's see here. So that would be, which audio output would that be? Actually, where is this audio outputting? There we go. I heard that. Weird. Okay, then if I hear that, will I hear this? Why don't I hear that? It's kind of weird. I can't hear the audio that's going through the HC6, the capture card. Do I have like another audio input going on? That should be the buzzing sound, you know? No, it's not. It's not actually doing anything. That's weird. All right, let's look into it a little bit. Maybe there's something going on. Here we go. So yeah, y'all hear that. Okay, so let's see here. We're using our sound class here, SFX bass. This is our sound class. We have the reverb. Default count, I think, should be SFX reverb actually. Does a different sound output work? Oh, why am I? Don't need to open that up. Let me see here. So about our music. Oh, I hear that. Weird. So there's something going on with the sound effects that's causing them not to play. I know I turn on that volume, but that shouldn't be completely muted. Let's see here. Let's back out. That's not working. Oh, that one works. So we hear that. Let me hear that. Okay, so yeah. Okay, my theory was, I think it's kind of correct. So there's some issue with this counting sound that the Steam audio system doesn't like. Perhaps it's with the attenuation settings I got here. The noise player attenuation. So if I clear this, there we go. Click play. No. If I clear the sound class and I click play, no. Nothing. Why is it like this? Hold on, let's keep looking. In-map music. Why is that in-map music so much? That should be that one, I believe. Yes. Let's see here. What are these other settings? I guess submix send. If I turn that off, let's see here. Enable bass submix. Okay. Audio bus. What is going on? Oops. Let's pull up side by side. So this one, there, that works. All right. I'll just go through and compare the two settings. So let's see here. We have SFX bass. Let's try SFX reverb. Oh, that's interesting. The reverb effect doesn't do anything. Okay. So back to here. I don't know why that was open. Class settings. So let's set this to SFX bass. What else we got? That's clear. Okay, there's a sound, so you can hear that. Now, I should pull up like another mouse. Just work off of 2 mice. Alright. Yeah, just checking out the audio mixer. Okay. So, that's interesting. The reverb settings aren't working necessarily. So let's save all that. Now I want to open up, let's go back to our project settings. Here we go, project settings. Okay, so there's some audio settings that we need to configure. So concurrency sound, voice over IP, there's a main sound mix. We just pass in our master bass effect into that. That looks good. And we have music. Oh, that's incorrect. We don't want to use that one. We want to use that one instead. All right, master bass. All right. And down here, what about audio buses? What do we need an audio bus? No. So I think all this is set up. We got quality levels. Got some panning settings. Okay. Let's go down now to our plugins. We have down here Steam Audio. So is there anything here that we might be missing? So here is our little submix. Mixing up a bunch of sounds here to get our final result right here in the master submix. Just looking through here, everything looks like it should be good, but as you saw, it didn't play. All right. Click play. Here we go. Now, actually, I'm going to stop here and then let's try this. Oh, let's try. Okay, let's just click play. Let's let it crash. So if I did this, all right, because it changed the sound class, some mix class, whatever it's called. That's fine. I need to use the other laptop to press escape. All right. Oh, that one is not doing its thing. SFX bass. That one uses the in-map music. That one uses the reverb submix again. What the heck? Alright. What does it use? That one though. Okay, let's just set everything to SFX for now. No fancy reverb or anything like that, unfortunately. I'll figure out what's going on exactly with the reverb submix. Okay, let's say there we go. Okay, just test everything. I'm gonna make sure that everything is actually I wonder, do I have it there? I guess we don't need to set that value. Let's if I uncheck both of these. Wow, it doesn't play anything. What do you know? Alright. Okay, so with that figured out, I'll just undo all this. Default count sound, we'll just use, it just uses the sound class right there. Alright. Let's check to see what this is set to. That's not set. Alright. Here we go. So just making sure that we can hear everything here real quick. There we go. That's still playing. Can close out of that. Alright, weapon shooting. So we hear all the weapon shooting sounds. This one, I think they're all good. Yeah, okay. Some warning there. I don't know what that warning is for. Alright. We have bad, that's unused. And then we have music, game music. Let's check the game music. Okay, let's see here. So if we do in-map music, this is the one with the reverb applied. We hear nothing. Okay. So we set to music base. And then it plays. By the way, this is actually really interesting. The music is actually separated into separate audio tracks, and I set it up where it can like play different sections at different times. So here, let me show you. So we start with the intro here. This is the intro, and then when the intro is finished, it plays the main loop here. It goes for however long it plays. I tried something a little more varied, but it's kind of difficult to getting that working without my external scripts. And then we'll turn it down. Then got the finish. And then the outro. Meta sounds are actually pretty cool. And now my cat's gonna walk in front of me, the camera. Alright. Anyways, I'm gonna just make sure that these are all set up right. And don't sit on the keyboard. Don't sit on the keyboard. Get off the mouse pad. Come on, don't screw up what I'm doing. What's he doing? Oh, you wanna go under? Here, go on. Come on, move. Here you go. Okay. All right. There's right. It's not a meta sound. Actually, let's check weapon shooting first here real quick. Yeah, I think we did that before. Okay. We need sound waves now. So this is menu music. Chooses a music base. Okay, game music, and then we have all right, the single player music is in prototype here. There we go. No, it's not in prototype, it's in this prototype. There it is. So I just need to make sure that that's also set up right. That looks good. Okay. So let's test it out here real quick. Everything looks good. I go into settings here, audio. Let's change the music to 0. Okay, music turns down. Sound effects to 0. Okay, now we don't hear anything. Oh, we still hear that. Hmm. Why is that? So, I think that's in our, there we go, the best class. That's what's making noise. You have noise player attenuation on. So it's running right now. That's interesting. So something seems to be overriding the audio class. Because otherwise it should not be playing. See, like that. I can't stop. Oh, other keyboard. I get confused about that. Okay, whatever. As long as if we're still streaming, yeah, we're good. Okay. Hmm. Oh, where did that come from? Let's open that up in C++. So, let's fix this real quick. Oh my god, why did I just press? Okay, let me switch keyboards, or rather just unplug and replug it in. There we go. Okay. Alright, so... why... Wait, vest. No, I don't want vest. I want the noise component. Hold on. Let me just... Noise component. You player noise component. Go to definition. There we go. Okay, now here, this is what we want to do. So up here, yeah. So this we want to replace with our proper sound effects class. So under sounds, we got sound classes here. There we go. SFX bass because reverb doesn't work. I don't know why. Probably. Let's see. I'm actually curious. Let's see if the message log has anything. Actually, no. Wait. Let's just not bother with the sound class override. We'll just rely on the sound class of the thing itself. Actually. Okay, well, now my, yeah, move, there you go, okay. I'm going to do a little test here. So first off, let's just compile that here real quick. So all I did was just, yeah, comment out this section here, so there shouldn't be any sound class over right now. How are there only 4 gigabytes available? What the heck? What's going on? What the heck? Alright, well, for whatever reason, my laptop likes to take extra long in building files. So, you do be waiting here. There we go. Alright, let's see if it'll crash. It crashed. Let's see here, what else we got? So yeah, this is the noise player component. This handles all the little weapon sounds and tagging sounds and stuff. Not the laser sounds. That's separate. Anyway, so if we click play now, there we go. That's better. Oh, what the heck? No, there. Okay, that was weird. That back button doesn't have any sound. Discord message. Where's Discord? There's Discord. Alright, let's just do a quick test here. There we go, there's our sound. Oh yeah, that sounds pretty good. Unfortunately, I don't think the reverb's quite working yet, so... And Discord... Not disturb, okay. Oh yeah, that's right, I fixed the laser audio. Sounds a lot more interesting now. Alright, anyways, I want to see. So let's see if this will crash my game. Right here, I have PLT gameplay loop, right? If I open this up right here, here we go. I want to change this to the in-map music. Save that for now. Now, let's see if it crashes. It did crash. Why did it crash? Why did it crash? And then, let's see here. Get audio settings, return audio settings. Why aren't there, there's no debug info. Reverb plugin. Why is this all, oh my goodness. Darn debugger. Here we go. Okay, reverb plugin's null. Why is it null? What the heck? It should not be null. Okay, let's restart it here real quick. And I'm going to do just one more thing, and then we're going to hop into the beta branch, and I'll also get this built so we can get the latest changes, and we can get on to some interesting QA analysis. There we go. All right. So let's check here. All right, project settings. So the issue is for some reason that reverb plugin variable is null. Why is it null? I don't know. Now if we go down here, we see we got everything set. So what's other? Built in. Okay, well, so yeah, it's all set right here. Why isn't it working? Time to search online. Steam audio reverb plugin null. Let's see here. That's not of any help. Let's see about this one on the GitHub issue. Okay, I saw that before. Go to the reverb settings and use the plugin settings in your select chain. So this is using, yeah, the in-map music system. So let me browse to it. There we go. Okay, click play there. I wonder if there is an output message. Why does it say that? Hmm. If I click play again because it's using that reverb sound effect, it'll crash. What if I need like attenuation here? Okay, let's see here. Nope, didn't work. Hmm. I'm gonna change this a little bit. So we have default submix here, master submix. We have sound effects and music. Let's do right here. Default reverb submix. Where did that save? Who knows? I guess we can see where it's saved. Okay, not bad. All right, save selected. All right, there we go. So now we route these connection would cause loop. That's why we break the output. There we go. Break this link. And there we go. Okay, now let's remove our reverb effect from there because we will just apply it to here instead. All right, now. Oh shoot! Wait. Oh, we might have something in map music. And map music is routing through there. Okay. And that's running through there. I wonder. I do wonder. So if I click play, it shouldn't crash. Let me hold on. Let's check. Let's try this. So in map music continuation, if I click play, it crashes. Hmm. Why is the reverb plugin being null? If reverb plugin. Oh, interesting. That's incorrect, I think. Oh no, that's just under the Steam Audio thing. Hmm. I do wonder. Let's look into this a little bit. So we have this get effects submix here. Let me restart because we had a crash. So we need this function here to get called. If I put a breakpoint there, we'll wait for the engine to load. Okay, there we go. So this is in the constructor, which means we should just be loading stuff up. Why is that? Okay, reverb submix effect. F sound effect bass, reverb plugins null. What the heck? Okay, here, let's do that. Alright. So now reverb plugin. Okay, reverb plugin set correctly. Okay, I'll click continue. Weird, so weird. What the heck? It does get set. Because I saw it get set. Okay, I'm gonna run it. I'm on the second screen. You guys can't see it. I also realize that you have not been able to see anything for the past however long. Because for some reason the Elgato got unmuted. There we go. Okay. Now, I'm going to click play. So it does set the reverb submix effect. Alright. So then All right, let's go step into this function. Okay, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to add a watch here. There you go. And then I'm going to break when this value changes. So this value, this is the reverb plugin, right? I click continue, and it's null. What the heck? Why is it null? Hmm. What is going on? Okay. It's like it's grabbing the wrong thing or something. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. Because if I click play here, okay, it's not working anymore. Hmm. Okay. Let's restart. And let's see one more time if, updating those settings right there will get our reverb effect working. Because if that's working, that'd be really, really cool to test sound level. All right. There we go. There's that breakpoint. I'm just trying to remove that breakpoint. Okay. Let's see here. All right, we're loading. Where's the editor window? There it is. Okay. If I click play, nothing, absolutely nothing. What the heck? There's no settings in here that would suggest anything. Like, if I search Steam audio, says that that's an audio plugin. But no, it's not doing anything. Nothing. Alright. Change this back to the music bass class. There we go. Just quick test here. Make sure everything's good. There we go. Alright, I don't know what's going on. But I guess we have to go with this, so. Anyways, let's let me get a build of the project going. On this laptop. So I need to, first off, get the right storage. There we go, I'll check that. A quick check here. Yeah, it's ejected. Okay. Alright, I gotta plug this into my laptop now. And then we can get started on the build. Alright. There we go. Okay, now. What the heck was that? Okay. So I'm going to close out of this. There we go. Why do I still have Thunderbird open? Alright. Close out of that. Build. So I'm essentially going to take a different, copy the project over here on an SSD to keep things separated. There we go. And then we'll build from here. Update. Alright, that's updating. Is that updating from the right branch? Let me check. Probably should have done that before I clicked update. So if I switch, no, it's not on the right branch. Great. Alright, we'll have to just wait for it to pull everything, and then we've got to switch over to our in development branch. Taking this time to pull code. Why did it get hidden again? What the heck? Something that I do? Oh, what the heck? Oh no, it's a mouse lifting function. Okay, I'm gonna turn that off. No wonder I got hidden without me noticing. Okay, that's interesting. Completely unrelated to what's going on in the stream. I just got an email that I sent to test out some weird issue going on with my a few of my accounts. Got delayed by a whole day, and I got the error message just now. That's kind of weird. Um, Anyways, that's done, so you can switch now. Ignore all those bad binaries. Click OK. There we go. Okay, now. Alright, I was going to, let me do that after I get this working. So, what I need to do, so there's this program, learn about a little bit about Unreal Engine today. Um, this program called the Unreal Front End, which is located in the binaries folder. There we go. I got all these files, and then you scroll down to oh, wait, what? Where is it? Shoot. Oh my god, why isn't it here? I don't want that wipe. I really gotta do this stuff before I start streaming. Okay, Unreal Front End is this nice, neat little tool that is used to, build the engine without actually opening the engine. Well, not the engine, the game. Um, and it should be built by default with the Unreal Editor, but clearly is not. Building two actions, that's it? What? Okay, just do it this way. Well, where is it? There it is. Unreal Front End. Not sure why that didn't get built by default on the engine, but it should do it. It'll just take a few minutes. And in the meantime, go back and disable that little issue with my mouse. I got this Corsair mouse that has a tilting functionality of all things. Go figure. Um, just open up IQ. Come on. Why is that frozen? Come on now, my computer, my very powerful computer isn't the one trying to build Unreal Engine right now. Yet a little soft and it crashed. Okay. Gotta switch over to my other keyboard now. There we go. All right. What is that drive doing? Apparently toasty. What the heck? Okay. Where is the mouse software? Where is IQ? What the heck? Come on, open up. Open. Which one? Put your bets in now into the chat. Which is going to open for? Okay, never mind. So, anyways, I'm gonna switch over. I'm gonna hide that and open. Why isn't window capture? No, 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 no! Don't put that into. Uh, close out of that. I don't need multi-target right now. All right. There we go. There we go. Okay, so we got the other laptop right there in the background, still building. It's on about shader 288, and we got my mouse here. So let's look at gestures, for instance. There we go, and we can see here if I showed them in real time. There we go. So it looks like the arrow there is apparently some sort of shortcut in OBS to hide the selected element or something. Luckily, this one called not productivity as opposed to the productivity one. Um, doesn't have the arrows bound, so I'm going to go ahead and where do I add? Set this up for profile. There we go, edit. And then add apps. And then I gotta get to my OBS 64. There it is. Open file location. There we go. Okay, now it should, in theory at least, automatically go to this profile whenever I need to. All right. Anyways, back over here, and I'll just, yeah, we can just do that. So now you're seeing what I'm seeing, and you see that second mouse there. Anyways, let's go look back into our engine folder here, binaries. There we go, Windows 64. And then we should see Unreal Frontend now. There it is. Okay, that looks better. So now if we open this up, we can see that it's a nice little utility that lets us build the project. And I have our mobile game, actually, One Touch Defender down there. I was building that before. But what I want to do now is I'll just create a custom profile here. There we go. Call it peel. We'll call it nothing because why did I just press escape? Why did that just close? Now I can't see it. Oh my god. Hold on. I gotta plug the mouse back in. There we go. Okay. Now recreate the output monitor. Full screen projector. Mag 272 CQR. Okay. Now I gotta make sure I got the right keyboard plugged in. Hear me. So the devices switch back and forth every single time. All right, here we go. Okay, now we got that. Okay, this one. There we go. Yeah. Why isn't the keyboard? Oh, now the keyboard's working. What the heck? Why isn't it typing? D D E B U G G A N E. No, no, no. What? Why? Just type in E. There we go. See, it's not that hard. All right. Go into projects. Project laser tag. Laser tag.u project. Build configuration. Debug game. Build target. You got default. We're not building for the servers yet. Okay, defect automatically cooking on the fly. Let's switch that to by the book. Here we go. Now we want to build for Linux and Windows. If Apple weren't so restricted, we'd also build for them too. We want to check all the maps that we could potentially be using. There we go. Laser Maze. That's the currently in progress new map. And then we also need transition map and I think test server. No, not test server. All right. Just double check. There we go. Okay, I think that's all good. Now down here, create a new release version. Beta. right, there we go. Okay. We want to do Unreal Pack, and we want to generate chunks. Okay. Cooking configuration, debug game. Let's say package and store locally. We want to check all this stuff. There we go. And then we don't want to deploy, but we do want to archive. And then we set the archive path. I got a predetermined path here under builds. There we go. Project laser tag. Select that. Okay, that looks good. Now let's make sure we can start the build. And it looks good. Okay, so just click run. Let's just make sure that it will. Oh, whoa. Hold on one second. There's a. Why is the voice. 1 second. I gotta do some moderation here real quick. Oh, why am I not logging into Twitch? Of all things. What the heck? Okay. If you see that spam message in chat, please do not click that. And also, please do not spam in my chat. Let me delete that message. There we go. Okay. Fill my account info, enter the authentication code. All right, looks like the build is starting. So once I get this Twitch chat moderation stuff done, we won't watch this because this might take a while. Instead, I'll hop in and test out the. It'll be the same build that we tested out previously, unfortunately, until the current build is done. So, but we can't. Oh, might fail. We can at least take a look and start doing that QA that we really need to do. Okay. What is this? We got in package streams out until 9/19 to get their highlights and uploads under the 100-hour storage limit before auto deletion begins. Check your storage tracker if you are. Yeah, I'm not at that yet. Twitch can be a competitor to YouTube if they just provide unlimited uploads. Why can't they do that? They have unlimited live streams, sure. YouTube, I've archived all of my live streams onto YouTube. Perfectly fine. Almost all of them, at least. The ones that I guess were on Twitch, I didn't do that, but so why unstable? That's fun. Okay. Anyways, this guy right here, we need to. How do I? Hello. Send a message. Chat settings. No. Yeah, there we go. Okay, that works. Ta-da. Twitch. Okay, let's see here. Oh boy, it looks like we are compiling the entire engine, or at least part of it. So while that goes on, like I mentioned before, let's hop into the game and we'll do some QA checking. So how's this going to go? Well, I'm going to open up right here next to me our development board. There we go. All right, let's fill out. There we go. Localhost. Boom. Okay, and then I need to do two-factor. Oh, never mind. I don't have to do that. Okay, so let's look at our roadmap. Here we go. So yeah, this describes all the things that we want in the next update. First off, remove third-party assets. That's an interesting one. I think at this point we're good on this. I don't think there's any third-party assets in the game necessarily. At least can't just not use. So let's move on. There we go. So now that should be crossed off. Why isn't it crossed off? All right, story premise for the challenge. Why is this is this will be a feature, and we got to push this back actually to let's do next fest because we're not gonna get that done. All right, next thing. I press back, it doesn't go back. That's really annoying. Okay, logout implementation. What is this? Remove player from team, save the player. If the player rejoins, okay, I think this is more of a pre-release thing. I don't think there's anything immediate to test out with that. Again, this would be a feature, so it shows up. Tasks would be like individual items that get completed or don't get completed. Although, why can't I just set it so that the tasks show up in the backlog? Task type, task. Mm, yeah, backlogs are confusing. I guess not the main thing. So there's this stories slash tasks. So if I click this, okay, that filters it out into the current sprint. We can take a look at this. Yeah, because these are only features, epics, issues, stuff like that. So let's go back to roadmaps here. There we go. All right. Setting the laser colors to correspond to the setting colors. That is done. So let's do here. Let's use that as an example. I'm gonna go and I'm gonna hop into the game right here. I'm gonna go into our beta branch. 1 second. There we go. Okay, let's update here real quick. Oops, update. Uh-oh, there's an error. Oh no, we're gonna have to fix that error. I I'm pretty sure I fixed that error a long time ago. I mean, you can see it right there in the corner there. It's complaining about how apparently there's that ampersand is with the or statement, but it is not in the same one. All right, why is this update queuing? Come on, no, actually update. I don't want to play any other games right now. Okay. Next up, we have add customization settings to set player preferred primary and secondary colors. That is outdated. That is complete. That's been in the game for actually quite a while. So back to roadmaps. All right, here we go. Now let's go back. So what we are testing out right now is number 191 and 192, both of them. So there we go. I got the game open up right here, right now. Boom, there we go. And then already we have my own custom colors set here. By default, it's like red and blue or something. Here we go, there's the Easter egg there. Click customize right here. And then let's click here. And then I want to change it. Let me do like a kind of dark gray. There we go. Alright. Now this laser should probably actually change color. But there we go, we have the name tag set there. Now if I click play, let's click browse create game, because it's not a single player challenge. You need to configure it. Turn off bots. I don't really want bots right now. There we go. Oh, that's right, we need to oh shoot. I need to restart it. Anyways, there we go. So it needs to be confirmed that task 192 is complete. Add game settings to select preference of colors. That is also complete. Why did it? Yeah, cancel adding the current work package. Okay. So let's see here. Options to select player preference or colors. Available options to change for the shootables, lasers, weapons, player character UI, sensors, best, and potential suggestions. Okay, this is really outdated. A color changer component. Or as a function of the player's game data. So I believe I did the function of player's game data. So that is complete. There we go. All right, let's hop back into the game here. All right, click play, browse create game. We want to host a game. We want to do maps, laser arena, team tag match. I'll just go with the defaults, turn off bots. There we go. There we go. Okay, now this is the team tag match. So unfortunately, the laser color is set to the team colors. That's actually expected. So that is the intended behavior. There we go. We got the wonderful little rug here, slightly glowing to help out with visibility. I'm going to go in and quit. Let's see here. Now, let's try going to the free-for-all match. Forgot if it might not work. Let's see here. Oh, no, we're good. All right, there we go. There's an issue with the input being disabled, and we actually found that out from last time, and that actually got fixed like just today, or yesterday really. Anyways, so what we do see though are the UI elements are our preferred colors, and if my input wasn't failing right now, if I were to shoot, the laser would be the right color. I've seen that before, so you can mark that task as complete, which it already is. Okay. Next up, end screen shows who's won the game, and end screen shows scorecard after podium is done moving. So I think these are both complete. Essentially, just go and play through the game, and at the end it'll do a really awkward looking camera to show who wins. So mark those both as complete. There we go. All right, moving on. Pause menu in the end screen. All right, this was a little shortcut because this one will mark as in progress. Well, no, actually this one's complete. The pause menu should not actually be in the end screen, but we don't have a proper scorecard yet. Right now we just show the game scores pretty much. All right, moving on. Now players should be able to crouch. That was fixed, and you saw that actually. We tested that out just before. So I had to just press Control and you crouch. There's, however, some issues with that, but the issues are separate. We want to keep things nice and organized. Okay, next up, weapon alternate fire should stay the same by default. That's already marked as complete, and that's true. Team tag match free for all is next, and this is actually working. This is part of the upcoming update. Is getting the free for all mode back up and running, and free for all mode is good. It's actually quite fun, especially with the new bots. So I'm gonna mark that as complete. Moving on, Vest should collect weapon and sensor stats from player. This is not a task, this is a feature. And as you can see, this has not been assigned yet because we need to set that for our next update. No development has been done on that end. All right, moving on. We have the Discord instance subsystem. This is an interesting one. So those of you who are watching over on Discord, be sure to pay attention to my account. Oh boy, I have not been streaming. Let me share my screen here real quick. I wanted to share screen 3. Yeah, share screen 3. There we go. Okay. You might hear duplicates if you're listening on the stream. Let me see here. Can I hear myself on the stream? No. Wait, no, hold on. That's the wrong screen. Whoops. Um, applications. Which one is it? I need the full screen projector source. I have two sources though. Okay, let's go back to entire screen. All right, screen 1 or screen 2? Which one? Which one? Which one? Hold on. Let me just do here real quick. Test. Hide that. There we go. Screen 2. Okay. There we go. Now, stop streaming. Blah, blah, blah. Share stream audio. Resolution. Wait, what? I require nitro. Yeah. I don't know why it's not saying that. Huh. Okay, there we go. So now you can see the screen there. Over on Discord. Anyways, point being, so we want to pay special attention to the Discord stat. When I launch the game, currently the expected behavior is that I should be set up in the main menu, should say that, in the Discord overlay, and then still work in progress, but when I start a game, it should show which game I've joined pretty much. So I'm going to hide these here real quick, all my servers that I'm in. All right, here we go. So this is my other account, and as you can see, I'm playing the laser games, and I'm in the main menu. You can actually click this. Stream mode's enabled. Okay. We do it over here on my other screen. If I click the game here, there we go. You can see that I'm playing the laser games, and I'm also playing the laser games playtest. That's just whatever. Anyways, there's some fancy stuff in Discord that you do to get that set up. All right, now I'm gonna go click play challenge mode. There we go. There's also a recording demo. We can talk about that a little bit later. So I'm starting the little demo challenge. I'm not going to go play through it this time. You're welcome to play it, and please share your score over on our Discord server for how many points you've earned. There we go. Alright, getting some points there. Alright, now let's hop back over into Discord. So we're starting the challenge and playing the laser games. There we go. Okay, so there's a slight, I guess, caveat with that going on. So as you can see, we're no longer in the main menu. Kind of unfortunate, really. Where is streaming? Okay, weird. I don't see my account. Oh, there I am. Oh, all the way at the bottom. I guess they're not separated. Okay. Anyways, point being, the Discord subsystem isn't fully working yet. And then, well, as you can see there, now I'm offline, or left the game. So Discord instance Discord instant subsystem creation. Discord currently requires fixing the plugin resolve content specifically DLL export. Okay, so I think this is still in testing. I'm just gonna see here Discord. Put that under features. There we go. And I actually want to check on this Discord's instance subsystem. Blah. Okay, so this is under release. Let's set this to not beta v3, beta v4. There we go. And then I'm going to update this to in progress because it is in progress. All right. Cool. Getting that stuff nailed down there. All right, next up we have pre-round and post-round segments. So let's see what this is about. Or not. Open up the task. There we go. Okay, and there's nothing. Yes, okay. So this is actually something for the in-match music system. So let me music, there we go. And we can actually test this out right now. So let me hop back into the game and we'll pay special attention to the sound to test out to see if the in-match music system works. So starting off, we have the main music here. This just plays on loop, all good and whatnot. All right, and we heard the single player challenge before. That hasn't changed. What we are interested in is a Laser Arena team tag match. So that's the map that's going to be in the update. Create game. Now let's hear the music. There we go. You can hear that's pretty quiet. Oh, got the bots. They're glitching out right now because the points didn't go up. This is the dumb bots that just group up and tag each other, as you can see. They also don't know how to look up or down, by the way. Anyways, so what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to wait a few seconds because what we need to test out is this lag. What we need to test out is that the music changes, really. While that goes on, I'm going to go and actually quickly test out, check here. What's going on with the graphics card here? Oh, we got 99% memory usage. That's fun. That's real fun. All right, so we didn't hear the conclusion there, which is interesting. I think because we all tabbed out. So, that's a fine issue there. Anyways, got the transition, and now we're playing. So, like before, I was showing off a little bit of the demo sound. And now it's playing, and then it will play through after the 5 minutes are up. We'll get into the outro section. And it's gonna I'm gonna tap back in. Okay, it still plays. That's interesting. So it might just be that was complete. All right. Anyways, pre-round and post-round segments are pretty sure they are complete, at least in terms of implementation. Maybe in progress. Let's set this to a feature. Let's set this to laser. This is arena. Laser arena music pre-round and post-round segments. Okay, anyways, that looks all good. So let's look back now, back at the roadmap. Sound page, yeah, just there. Okay. Okay. Split off into game selection sub-widget. This is O. Oh, back in task. Yeah, we don't have to worry about that. All right, moving on. So pre and post round segments can be an engagement plan. That's we can't really test that out right now. Improved in-match music player. This is what we were testing out before. This is good. The in-match music system's good. So what it does, reads an audio track to play from server client, plays the track, switches audio segments, and is in world. So that is complete. more or less. It probably needs some work done, and this will be, so that's part of the parent task of the in-match music system. And we can see here, if we go to relations, we can see the various issues and tasks related to that. So updating it, we would then probably just add another task to. Okay, those two, and they can be probably merged. Okay, moving on. Steam game invites. This is an interesting one. So let me shift tab right here. Now I want to find my alt account here. I want to invite myself to join the game. Invite to game. Boom. Now let's go over onto my laptop that's conveniently right next to me. And before the 1 minute mark ends, let's see here. There we go. All right. This is going to be interesting because we're building the game right now over here. I'm going to go and look at my chat there. There we go. We can see I've got an invite to play the game. Let me play the game. Let's see how long it takes to open up the game. Let's see if it will open the game. So what's going on? It's updating stuff right now. Okay, I did not anticipate this. So looking back here, there we go.